We now present For the Record.
Welcome to For the Record. I'm Will Kenneally. We start this week with the race for Dane County Executive. With Joe Parisi retiring later this spring, we now have a four-way race to replace him. Here's our sit-down with one of those candidates, Wes Sparkman. So you're running for your county executive. I'm always fascinated by politicians. When was the kind of spark, that moment that the switch flipped and you decided to run?
Well, you know, you even used the phrase politician, and I really do think of myself as a public servant, a community servant. And so, you know, it's been a lot to consider, obviously, in making a decision to run for county executive. And so I think at the point where Dane County Executive, the current executive, Parisi, decided to, and is making the decision to resign, I had to consider it. I've been working for Dane County for 25 years. Many of those years working in the county executive's office. I worked in Kathleen Falk's office. Got to know her and work with her directly. Worked with Joe Parisi, and then got to work with him directly as well. So outstanding executives, and you know, I've enjoyed that process very much.
Yeah, and we're chatting a little bit off air too about your experience at the county level.
Yeah.
What about your experience do you hope to bring to the county executive?
Yeah, well, so I'm a department head with Dane County, and one of the great and fascinating things about my position is I get to learn about all of the other departments in Dane County and work with the department heads. And so, you know, I get to learn about what's going on with land and water resources. I get to learn about what's going on, obviously, then with the lakes, and learn about Human Services Department and details related to that. People don't realize that the zoo, the airport, the jail, all are local services that directly affect people, and that's what I enjoy working with. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, then tease up my next question exactly. You know, you could run for city council or state legislature, certainly. What about the county?
Yeah, well,
draws you to
so
it?
absolutely. Yeah, I had the unique experience of when I first started in government work, of working for the state of Wisconsin as an intern. Then I think it was the Department of it became the Department of Workforce Development. Before that, Department of Health and Social Services, I think, but it transitioned then. And, you know, I did feel some distance between getting the chance to actually work with people versus hearing about policies or learning about policies at that time. And it was a good lesson. It was a good thing to learn. And very, you know, it was more distance there. After getting a chance to volunteer with the city of Madison and do more with local government, I did accept a position working with Dane County in the Department of Human Services when I first started. And for the point of, the goal of really working directly with people. And I have gotten a chance to do that to a great degree over the years. A huge part of my work is working directly with people and learning their concerns as people who are recipients of civil rights access. And you know, part of my job is to consider Title VI of the Civil Rights, which is service delivery and how well they're treated, people are treated. And also think of course, now, Title VII of Civil Rights, which is related to equal employment and fair employment for the employees of Dane County. It's very important.
Obviously, you're looking at becoming county executive. What would be some of the biggest challenges that you'd want to tackle that Dane County is facing right now?
Well, there are challenges right now. For me, I have a vision for Dane County. So it's a long-term vision that really works to facilitate growth and the ability for everybody to thrive. And, you know, that's really what I'm looking for, and the possibilities there. You know, there are some concerns related in work to do related to affordable housing. Some people say there's no such thing as affordable housing in Madison or Dane County. You know, and I'm learning a huge lesson as this process is going on about that. And I think there's more to learn and more conversations to have about, you know, why do people really come to Dane County? You know, what are the reasons why people want to be here? Is it the development? That's something to consider. So, you know, and think about going forward. Issues related to the jail, obviously, and criminal justice, the criminal justice system. I've had the privilege of serving on the Criminal Justice Council on in subcommittee on disparities, racial disparities, and you know, we've got a lot to do in that area as well. But being familiar with those concerns is going to help me be able to speak to those concerns, I think, better than any other candidate. You know, I just want to mention, even right now, I do get, I have the opportunity to learn more from the sociology department of the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I'm the chair of the Board of Visitors of the sociology department for the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and really a proud alumnus of University of Wisconsin. And so is my wife. I met my wife in undergrad here, and so you know, we love the university. I think that one of the things that we need to do is really continue what we have here in Dane County, which is special, is the ability to bring all of the industry, the government, bring everybody together.
So we know it's going to be a very competitive race.
Absolutely.
And the former outgoing Dane County Executive has already endorsed in this race as well.
Yeah.
How do you prepare to run yourself in this very competitive race here?
Yeah, it is competitive. And something I'll just put out there is, you know, to just make sure it's known, is I'm a person of faith. And I've got a lot of faith that in a very positive ending here for me, and as far as this race is concerned. And I'm looking forward to a competitive race and an opportunity to really express some of my own experiences.
Anything else that the viewers should know about you?
Something that I want to make sure I convey as well is that I do care about Dane County. So since I've been here since I've been 17 years old, I came to undergraduate school pretty early. I got a chance to volunteer. Right now, I also serve as chairman of the board of SSM Hospital, Regional Hospital, which has been a fabulous learning experience and leadership experience. You know, the opportunity to lead leaders has been something that's been a highlight of my career, and I think that's something that makes me really stand out, whether it was in thinking of my service on the YMCA board, my service on the Children's Museum board, or Access to Independence. It's been many boards. Really hope to work on those experiences and use those experiences to reach all of the community, not just one small segment of the community.
Well, Wes Sparkman, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
When we come back, a familiar face returns to For the Record. Neil Heinen joins us with the Reverend Alex G. to talk about the latest with the Center for Black Excellence and Culture. We'll be right back after this.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Madison Gas and Electric.
Hanson's knows what your home means to you. It's where you feel safe, comfortable, protected, and of course, no other place provides you with as much joy. That's why our durable, energy-efficient, and weather-resistant windows, roofing, siding, and gutters, as well as our bathtubs and showers, are all backed by our guarantee. So you can feel happy in your home for years to come. With professional installation and thousands of 5-star reviews, we're your trusted home improvement expert, exceeding homeowners' expectations for over 30 years. Get 60% off installation with high-quality craftsmanship you can count on. Or enjoy no interest and no payments for 2 years. From windows to roofing to siding to gutters to bathtubs and showers, no one's got you covered like we do.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Ooh, come on, Crust. It's your inner beauty that really counts.
Wow, rude.
No, I just mean all that matters is what's in here.
You're so self-centered.
Look, your inner beauty's right here.
Uncrustables are the best part of the sandwich. Sorry, Crust.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Do you feel like America is slipping away? Our country is facing enormous challenges. Our economy, our healthcare, crime, and open borders. Everything is going in the wrong direction. All Washington does is divide us and talk about who's to blame. And nothing gets done. That's not the country I know and love. I'm Eric Hovde. I'm running for the U.S. Senate. And I approve this message because I believe we need to come together and find common sense solutions to restore America.
Welcome back. Well, you may recognize this face on the program. Neil Heinen joins us back again here with the Reverend Alex G. to talk about the new Center for Black Excellence and Culture. Here's our conversation.
We're wanting to create a greater sense of belonging and a sense of really feeling at home here in Madison and the state of Wisconsin for the Black community. So as I've been able to have conversations with hundreds of Black community influencers over the years, they said it doesn't quite feel like home because there's no civic and cultural grounding for us. And so this will be a place where our stories are told, our excellence is celebrated, we get to meet each other and interact with each other, and it's a place that really says you belong here in Wisconsin, and particularly here in Madison.
Yeah, I'm curious too. We have that idea of Black excellence, but also culture and that impact on the broader Madison community. What will be that component?
Sure. You know, culture pervades every community, every major community. It's why we have a performing arts district. That's why we have patrons, because there's something about the transcendent factor of art, and that's culture. It glues us together, and it tells us we've been here before and we can move forward together. But that story isn't told clearly for the Black community, and it certainly isn't told by the Black community. So for the cultural piece, we want greater glue. We want new people coming here understanding we've been influencing the state of Wisconsin positively for centuries. But we also want people to know that we're here to stay, and we want to be a part of the vibrant civic and cultural life of Madison. But that means having a place where our stories are told and where we get to tell our stories.
Yeah, I'm curious too, just kind of the role that this will have in the community and some of the needs that it will address. You were talking about that before. Here.
Sure, that's a great question. Often when we're thinking about the Black community, we think about the social needs, the educational needs, and those are all very important. I mean, I run an organization, the Nehemiah Center for Urban Leadership Development, that does that. But we're not really talking about the cultural needs. When you think back 100 years ago when the Northern Migration took place and Blacks were coming out of the Jim Crow South, what kept us, what sustained us as we moved north was each other and the Harlem Renaissance and our stories and our poetry and our songs and our dances and our theater. It healed us, and it helped us to shape a new reality for us. And so I thought, while we're looking at the plight and the strength and even the needs of the Black community, how can we ignore the cultural needs? Because not only did it sustain us, we created new art forms that made America famous in terms of jazz and gospel and other forms of musical and artistic expression. So we're bringing that back because we think that that's a part of the best part of our history that we think will help to sustain communities today.
Yeah.
You know, just contextually too, Will, in terms of the last 10 years, everything that Alex is talking about really helps to address what the broader community has grown to learn are the inequities, the disparities that exist in our community.
Correct.
And the Race to Equity report, which really detailed all of those, to me, the center is just a direct response to that. And it will help change the narrative for the community. It's one of the reasons I'm so excited about it, is that it is a way that we can change people's perception of Madison as being one of the worst places for Black people in America
Correct.
to live, which it has been for a long, long time. So the center, by doing all of the things that Alex is talking about, to me, just adds a whole new component to that conversation and is an opportunity for this community to look at ourselves differently, because we will have this beautiful place as a new part of the civic landscape.
Yeah, so we're talking a little bit in the break, too. This won't necessarily just impact just Black Madisonians, Black Wisconsinites, but this will impact the whole community in a positive way.
Sure, I would say in a number of ways. One is when the Black community really feels like it's at home in Madison, we stay, we build homes, we attend the schools that are here, we invest in the community. So that's a definite impact in the community. But the other is the broader community will be able to come in to experience our plays, our musicals, to hear our lectures, our comedians, our book festivals, because we want people to learn the positive aspects of our culture, our resilience that's been demonstrated for the past 400 years in this country. We want to speak from a place of strength, and we want that story to be told culturally, artistically, poetically, and we want the broader community to hear that. We believe that Madison's going to become a draw because this is a national model. Nothing like this exists that brings together Black culture, innovation, leadership development, and cultural celebrations. And so that makes it really, really unique. And so we want Madison to become a destination place. We want Wisconsin to become that destination place. And we want the broader community to have a shift in their paradigms about the role that Black Americans have played in shaping Wisconsin and the Midwest.
You know, I've had the opportunity, Will, over the years to work on some of the most important civic projects in this community over the last 30, 40 years. And this, to me, is the equal of any of them. You know, to see Monona Terrace get built, to see Overture get built, to see all of the new campus buildings get built. This Center for Black Excellence in Culture is just a part of that landscape. And I think people are going to be so happy, so proud to have it here in our community.
Oh, yes.
That this is going to be a part of how we see ourselves and part of the built environment here in Madison.
One of the things that we pride ourselves in is that we want there to be space so that we talk about the Black first around the state of Wisconsin. And I'll also say, Will, that the focus is Black-centered and not African-American, because folks from Africa, the Caribbean, many folks in Wisconsin identify as Afro-Latino, and then, of course, African-American have influenced this state. And so we want the building, through its art, through paintings, drawings, stories, touch screens, will learn about the deep Black influence in the state of Wisconsin. I think we want an opportunity to live into our motto of being forward. We want to make sure that people understand we've contributed, that we love Wisconsin, too.
When we come back, more from our conversation about the Center for Black Excellence in Culture. We'll be right back after this.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe it's time the world sees your smile. Whether it's a single tooth, dentures, or dental implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone.
Go ahead and smile.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked? Well, actually... Here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy! Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I didn't see! You did it! I did it! 30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Teeth are amazing. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we are proud to offer a best price guarantee. Whether it's a first look or a second opinion, we make new smiles affordable for everyone.
Go ahead and smile.
Welcome back. Here's more from our conversation on the Center for Black Excellence and Culture. What are some of the other stakeholders that are participating in this project here?
Every level of government has supported this, from the city to the county, state, and even at a federal level. We've received a federal earmark, which is really wonderful to be supported that way. Many of the local businesses have supported us, as well as philanthropists, both usual suspects, but also newer people who've come on the scene to support us. Our first 300 donations, or first 300 gifts, have come from Black community members and or their designees. Never before in our community's history, I dare say in the state's history, that there's been a community endeavor where the first 300 donors were from the Black community. So lots of stakeholders.
And that's just continued to grow.
And that's just
I mean, the Black community continues to just be actively supportive.
Definitely. Not only funding, but shaping being a part of the think groups, the design groups. Our architect is Black, our interior architects, Black landscapers. We're really trying to create not only the influence of the Black aesthetic, but we're also wanting to employ Black-owned businesses and entities to really create this sense of saying they're really serious about us feeling at home. I think other stakeholders will be government, the university, because what's happening is we're all dealing with the same competition, and that's the lack of a true Black civic life here in Madison. So, Will, when I was growing up, it was nothing for my mother to put the family in a car and drive us to Milwaukee just to go to a soul food restaurant or see Black-owned businesses. I drove to Milwaukee for 3 years to get my hair cut because there's one Black barber shop here. My wife, when she came in for college, couldn't buy makeup or nylons at Marshall Fields for Black women. She's from Chicago. That's where many Black women shop. And so the fact that we are taking all of this seriously, that we want culture, we travel for it so that we can experience it, for people to know that that's happening here and that people around the state will travel to Madison to experience Black culture, gets me excited.
And hundreds and hundreds of citizens have contributed and will contribute to this project, Will. And I think in a way it was part of that need to answer the question, what can I do, that followed George Floyd.
Yes.
The race to equity. I mean, the whole conversation around injustice and inequities in Madison. People have seen this as an opportunity to actually do something. Here's what I can do to help address some of those issues and to respond to some of those issues. And for me, we need $3 million more to have a debt-free groundbreaking coming up. The initial response was terrific. But the urgency remains, and I get a little worried that the further we get away from George Floyd, there's a little less sense of needing to do something now. And the fact is that what we need to do now is get this done.
That's right.
Is get this project built. And citizens are stepping up to help us.
We probably have near 1,000 donors, which is fantastic, which is really, really fantastic. And, well, I've grown up here. And to understand the current political and racial and social realities, to be a Black American and to have a vision for my community and the larger community, and to be able to have space like here on For the Record to share it, and to have the broader community, the broader white business and philanthropic businesses come around this vision is really heartwarming.
So I understand you're angling for a spring groundbreaking, perhaps?
Late spring, yes.
Yeah. For people who are interested in this, how would they get involved?
They can go to theblackcenter.org. So that's our website. They can follow us on Twitter or on Facebook. We have pages there. We're on LinkedIn. And we're at a place, every gift matters. Sometimes people will look at something like this and think, well, if I'm not mega wealthy, can I do anything? Yes, every bit counts at this point. And as Neil said, we're going to get this done. But to do this without any debt would be historic. But then it would mean that from that point on, all of the fundraising efforts are about programming and operations, which really gets this done. And so we need all of Madison to step up. We've gone to the philanthropists, we've gone to the foundations, but now we need Madison, Dane County, the state of Wisconsin to see this as a way of making this place cozier and more home for everyone. So every bit counts, and we need all hands on deck, all hands.
I've had the honor of co-chairing the capital campaign for Reverend G with the Honorable Francis Huntley Cooper, former mayor of Fitchburg. I mean, this community has been so generous. We've raised $28 million towards this project. But the last $3 million, we're going to get it. But I get a little antsy. Francis and I get a little antsy, and we want to do it now. But there's so many opportunities to come and be a part of this, and we welcome anyone who wants to support us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, Neil Heinen, Reverend G, thanks so much for joining us. Really
Thank you for having us.
Well, thank you.
When we come back, a changing of the guard in the U.S. Senate as Mitch McConnell announces he's stepping down from his leadership role. We check in with a Wisconsin senator when we come back.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation. fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
We really need to redo the roof. It's leaking.
We're not redoing the roof without getting new gutters.
The gutters can wait until I get...
Happy spouse, happy house.
Exactly.
Wait.
For home improvement guaranteed to make everyone happy, everyone can agree on 1-800-HANSON's. Because our durable, energy-efficient, and weather-resistant roofing is guaranteed for life. Get 60% off installation or no interest and no payments for 2 full years.
Call 1-800-HANSON's. Get it done.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you. For you.
So it's crispy outside, flaky inside.
Let us take care of you. With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
We end this morning with this. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell announced this week that he will step down as the Republican leader in the U.S. Senate. Now, while he will serve out the rest of his term, it leaves a vacuum of power amid a tumultuous time of leadership for Republicans on the other side of the Capitol in the House of Representatives. We caught up with Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin to ask her how she thinks McConnell's decision to step down will shape the future of the Senate.
What I hope, and there'll be, I think, quite a contest to see who succeeds him. But what I hope is that we have somebody who understands the importance of bipartisanship to keep the Senate functioning. You need a supermajority to pass a bill in the United States Senate, 60 votes. And that means that the parties must work together. And I hope that the new leader is not an ultra-partisan, but instead somebody who wants to make government work for the people.
And that does it for us this week. I'm Will Kenneally. Have a great rest of your weekend.
This has been For the Record.